got all the birds out in the grassy area today on the other side of the electric fence. By the way, we have raspberries here. Black raspberries. Nice tasting. And Melanie doesn't like them. Haha. All for me. Although we're in the shade, it is hot. And there's nothing I can do. They're better out here in the shade than they are in the chicken coop. Now, birdies, it's pretty rough today, isn't it? It's rough for all of us. So, well, there's them. By the way, they're all getting around and eating well. Although the big ones are reaching their end time. Over here, also in the trees, this morning they had some little bushes and shrubs and stuff, a little bit of blueberry to chew on. And all the little baby birds, all the little chirpies. Obviously this is only going to last for about a week. The meat birds are going to outgrow this quick, and then they're going to be in yet another cage of their own. The buff Orpingtons are going to grow slower, so they're going to be in there. This cage will fit them probably about 2-3 weeks or so. And then the bigger birds are all over there in the chicken tractor. So everybody gets out, everybody gets fresh air, fresh food, and most importantly right now, shade in this extremely bad weather. One good thing about this sun, free hot water. Melanie and I, we have 2 of these, and we heat our water in the sun for our showers now for free. So that's one bonus of all this heat we got right now. Free energy. And there is another free resource made from the sun. Sun tea. I throw literally 4 normal tea bags into a glass jar. This has a pretzel lid because the original, well, I don't even know, that's not even a, yeah, Lipton Sun Tea jar. That's an old one. It doesn't have a spout on it, a spigot. It's just a glass jar. The original lid is gone. Had broken on the rim years ago. So I have a pretzel lid that fits perfect. And there you have. You put 4 tea bags in a gallon of water, set it out in the sun, and you've got sun tea. And I put that in the fridge, and I drink that continuously out here. Melanie puts her herbs out here in the sun all day. She has a drying rack Mom gave us from her old food dryer that we had when I was a kid. I think that's pretty dry. No, not yet. Probably 2 days in the sun with it like that. She puts a drying rack on the bottom and one on top. She sets these out in the sun and dries her herbs like this. She's been doing this for days, and I kept forgetting to show you. We got another 2-3 pounds of blueberries. Melanie figures, how many pounds do you think we got? 2.5. No, total.
We have here 4.5 pounds, or 14.
14? So this is plus these?
Yeah.
Oh, so we got about 15, 16, maybe 16, 17 pounds of blueberries now.
Yeah.
This was a couple hours of work, but now we're crossing the land sideways and exploring as we go. But they're not too bad size, some of these. But it's fun. It's peaceful out there. It's so beautiful and peaceful out there. And that's what we're doing every day, trying to get more blueberries. Must be a front coming in because this was just 93 degrees. And it's dropping, as I'm watching, it's dropping pretty quick. But it was 93, was it 93, 94 degrees today? I just actually got up from a nap. By the time I got myself together, this is already dropping. So that's a good thing. But it was 94. That is just, we're not doing anything today much. Hey guys, it's still hot. I'm sweating like mad. Melanie and I went to town, and I got these no trespassing signs. which then I have been spreading out along the roads. You can see everywhere you go. By the way, this is a town road, and we own part of that private road over there that our house is on. And then I've spread out no trespassing signs, every one within view of another, in part because for some odd reason, although we're being vandalized, the law helps you more if you put no trespassing signs on your property. Although I don't know why you have to put a no trespassing sign on your property to tell people not to destroy your vehicles. It's very odd, the law. But I guess a no trespassing sign means something to the police and gives them more credit. So anyway, here's a little walk around of the land. We own all this here, but they have a right-of-way for the power. I gotta put another sign up over here. I'm gonna put a lot more up around the property of the house itself. We've got a couple properties here, by the way. See, I got one here. Now we own, this is a private road. This is the town road here. This is all state land, all untouched. Unfortunately, it's been cut out with by logging. But anyway, we own most of the land down that way on both sides of the road up here. And one day I'll take my bike out and I'll show you all that. And then we own a lot of land down this way. See, no trespassing. And but I'll get my camera out and take you guys on a ride one day and show you with my I'll take my bike out with the action cam and I'll show you one day on a bike ride. I'm just going to take you a brief walk to where, as far as I went. Another sign. By the way, it's hotter in the house now anyway than it is outside, so I'm a little bit better off walking outdoors and talking to you than I am in the house. I'm going to put a couple more signs up over here too as well. I got like 50 or some odd signs in a pack, and then I've got 100 smaller signs which I'll put in between. And here I put a sign. Here's where I think I ran out. Oh, I did a couple more. This used to be a road. It's on Google Maps. This was Carroll Road, I think it was. It was either Pine or Carroll. You can see the two metal posts here. Okay, this was an actual drive-in car road long time ago. I'd like to go and figure out where it was. Obviously this is new growth, these trees here, but I'd like to find that and reroute the road one day for Melanie and I to go walking and hiking and hunting and whatever to use our land properly. Because that is on Google Maps. You can see it, but you can tell it doesn't exist anymore. And then I came down a little bit further, I think, before I ran out of staples. I got one up here. Melanie and I were picking blueberries all through here today. We were cross country picking blueberries. Yeah, that was my last sign. I ran out of staples. We go down a ways here on this state road, and this is all our land. This is the first I've told anybody about what we really have here. Gives you a scope of it. Well, I'm almost there. I'll take you down and show you the scope of it. It's a pretty decent amount of land. All cranberries and blueberries down in here. This is thick. Just thick cranberries and blueberries. Just unbelievable. The whole forest is cranberries and blueberries. I think we can make a market of it. If we really dedicated our time and effort to harvesting. The blueberries, it's hard to pick enough to make it worthwhile, but the cranberries might be easier. Yeah, I'm almost there. So, give you an idea of the scope of the land. Down over here, I don't know if you can see it, is the end of our property. There's some posts over there, and that's the end of our land, and goes on to another neighbor who has another 10 acres out that way. He uses that just for hunting. And then this is all ours. Goes back deep into the forest and all the way out to Pine Road. It's quite large. So it goes around this curve and on out to Pine Road. So it's a pretty decent amount of land. And Melanie and I have been walking all through here back and forth, casually exploring, but also picking blueberries as we go. We're not just sitting down and picking a couple blueberries here and there. We're looking for places where we can sit down and like really sit our butts right on down and just pick massive amounts of blueberries at once. So, you know, like up here, there's little clusters of blueberries here and there, like 2 or 3 at a time. And there's places where here's a few. There's places where there's some clustered here and there, and you can go through and pick here and there. But we're really scanning through and picking the big batches where it's thick. So we're exploring our forest, looking for places where we're going to hunt, looking for wild edibles. Like there's the ferns. You can eat the fern sprouts, the fern fronds I guess they call it, in the spring. So it's good to know they're here. There's a whole mess of them. And I think that's the only spot I found them on the property, which is funny. But and then here's our road. So that's the road I want to make again one day. And we're patching up the fence lines. I don't know if it shows on the camera, but there's a wire and a fence all the way along here. Through the years it's been knocked down by tree branches. There's one, for example. And I'm gonna pull out cut up the tree branches and drag them in for firewood, and then redo the wires. There's it's knocked down there again in that spot. But we'll rebuild it all one day, and you know, mark it off so nobody hunts our land. Although, like I said, this is all state land as far as you can see down that way. Miles and miles and miles of state land out here. The only use it gets right now is for quads. There are trails out through there, and one day maybe I'll take you out on a run through there. But then here's the corner of Carroll, and that's a private road. There is no maintenance on that road. That is us. It's all us. And we go on down to Pine. Now I'll take you for a walk here out the back of our house. I gotta do a lot more no trespassing signs here. I was cutting the grass here a little bit. It's been cut on both sides. I want to cut it back a little bit more when I get new blades in that mower, hopefully this paycheck, and trim that back better. So anyway, we own this deep, deep, deep down, way down into the woods. And as you can see, if there's convenient boards all over the place for us to put no trespassing signs. And then the fence lines that I got to rebuild, old rusty metal posts, I've got to rebuild them, and then I got to do all that anyway. This is all ours down to that pole down there, and then there's some cabins, and we got all this all the way on through, long way back. But one day I'll take you on a bike ride. Here's the path I cut to get in. Melanie and I come out this way to pick our blueberries. We cut through the woods this way, and then this takes you up into the orchard, and then on into our yard. So we've got a nice path we can come through. I'm going to trim this tree yet. And then I want to run a path through this way. There's just grass in this area. And go out to that one tree where I trimmed around. Eventually I want to clean up this brush pile and we can put another apple tree in here. And here we are at the home. By the way, somebody keeps asking me about that trailer over there. That's not ours. It's empty. That's just a trailer. It's been there for, since 1970, I think. I know the history of this place, so yeah, that's been there since around 1970. Alright guys, unless something comes up, that's it for the night. We hope to get our plants in. The corn isn't going to make it this year. There's no way. But we got some other like root vegetables here and stuff might make it. And I don't think the sunflowers will make it either. But some of these others might. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We got some beans sprouting there. So, yeah, some will make it and some won't.